Hey, it's Richard here with Sherwood Motorcars. Today we are taking out our 1965 Chevy Corvette. This is one of my favorite all-time cars. This one's a bit of a hot rod. It's not a numbers matching car. It's had a couple of little modifications to it, but it's such a beautiful machine. It's a beautiful sunny day. I am so excited to take this out. Let me show you around the inside of the car just a little bit. Of course, we have the classic twin cockpit dash that makes these just one part of the beautiful styling on these cars. All black interior, Muncie 4-speed, nice leather wrapped factory wheel. This is actually just a little bit smaller diameter than some of the manual wheels. Makes a big difference in terms of how your legs fit in the car. I'm about 6'1". This is a pretty comfortable car to sit in, and man, you really feel cool when you're in here. This is a power steering, power brakes car, stick shift, and that's enough said about that. Let's go drive it. Car goes into gear super nice. We're just going to come up to this roundabout, spin right through it. A little bit of gravel on the roads still, but you know what? The car's just terrific. Slow down. Lots of traffic going here. Brakes are happy, motor's happy. Oh, this car is tight. There's no rattles, there's no squeaks. The suspension is nice. This is a good car. I like it. We're just flowing along in traffic here in second gear. Good throttle response. This is a pretty stock 327. Really doesn't have a big cam in it or anything like that. There's not a lot of exhaust noise. Pretty quiet car. You could spend all day driving around in this one. Shifter is excellent. Nice clutch feel in the car. It just rolls up. Oh yeah. You know, there's few things in the world that shift better than a well set up Muncie. Man, this thing just eats the road. Oh, it's so good. Up into third gear, a little too fast for traffic. Pull it back down in a second. Ooh, this car is happy. Power brakes. This car, of course, one of the very first production cars outside of a Jaguar E-Type to come with four-wheel disc brakes. Even before Ferraris started to come with four-wheel disc brakes. Right here, America's sports car, the original Stingray Corvette. Oh, what a car. This is just awesome. Nice and easy off the light. Clutch take-up is nice. A little bit long, kind of characteristic of a early style clutch. Easy shift into the second gear. The steering is really good. A lot of these cars, the steering is vague. It's you know, it doesn't necessarily have a great alignment on it for modern tires. This has more modern radials on it. There are still red lines, but it's got a really good positive return to center, good caster in it, and it just makes for a terrific road feel. And that's really, it's just an example of somebody has spent a lot of time sorting this car out, because they aren't this good. They are not this good without a whole lot of fussing and details and looking after some stuff. This one really works good. Just clean pull through second. Rock solid, stable. Happy around the corners. We're driving over, you know, typical Alberta rough roads here, and the car's not beating me up. It's not out of shape. It's not wandering in the lane. Oof. I don't know why anybody would buy a new C8. I mean, they're an exciting car. But boy, if this is sitting next to it, I think I'd have a pretty tough time taking the keys for the new one. Very positive feel on the shifter, even with the stock shift linkage. Great spacing between the gears. typical Muncie goodness. Oh, wow. You know, in a car like this, you really expect, I mean, we've got the windows all the way down today. It's a nice warm day. But any old car, you're going to have wind noise and whistles and rattles and vibrations. I've got a C7 Corvette. It makes way more interior noise than this thing. I don't know how they got it so quiet, but this is a very well composed car. Just gonna pull onto the highway here and just bring it up to a bit of highway speed. Not that we haven't touched that already. The controls fall to hand. This is a very comfortable car for me. Little honk from the Penske truck and a thumbs up. That's going to be pretty common driving around in a car like this. There is nothing before or since that's ever looked like, oh, a little too quick on the clutch, little restart. Bad on me, but quick, easy restart. Away we go, around the corner. I was doing too much talking and not enough driving there. Merge onto the highway is just effortless. I'm not sure what rear end gear is in here, but if we get up to speed, I'll take my best guess. It's a 26-inch tall tire on this car. Most of them came with 336s, but I haven't had it up on a lift to really look. At 60 miles an hour, 2,700 RPM maybe. So this is got some performance ratio, and it's probably a 355. I don't think this is going to be a 373 gear in this car. Certainly pretty sprightly and really easy to live with. I mean, again, we're going over some pretty good bumps, and you can see the car moving a little bit, but it's just so composed. And I mean, here we are, we're coming into a sweeper. This is a tight turn. This car rocks. It is just glued to the road. This is the kind of thing, this is the car you wished one of these cars was. This is better than a C2 should be. This is awesome. Anytime you get to drive an original Stingray, it's a really special car to drive, and it's really impossible not to feel super cool. I know I feel like an astronaut in this thing, but I got to tell you, this car's good. It drives really good. I'm surprised that the car drives as well as it does. It's rare to find any old car that's as composed as this one. I wish mine was this good. Excellent acceleration. I mean, this engine doesn't make like huge horsepower. It's maybe a 350, 360 horsepower deal. Responds on throttle really well. Revs up when you give it a little boot to shift it. Matches the car really well. No coughs, no shimmies, no shakes. Just driving around on a sunny day in a spectacular Le Mans blue Stingray. I feel like $1 million. I don't know if it's possible not to feel like $1 million doing this. What a car. We're just about back to the shop. Finish up our drive here. I'll tell you what though, as soon as we're stopped, the cameras are off, I'm going back out again. I have to have more of this car in my life. I'm going to take it for a drive. I'm sure it probably needs some gas. I'll try and find a gas station that's 100 miles away. Oh, I can't get out of this car. It's too good. It's just too good. brakes are great. Settles down to an idle so nice. You could drive this car every day. I don't know why you wouldn't. I'm sure the windshield wipers work. Oh. This is a special car. Just picks up, just that part throttle. Picks up and accelerates nice. Tune-up is pretty spot on. And here we are back at home, Sherwood Motorcars. Thank you so much for joining us. If you ever get a chance to drive one of these cars, take it. It's awesome. I'm gonna go and drive this one just a little bit more. Thanks.